Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I am so glad you're here today. Today is Friday, June 6th, I think. I am actually hopping on to film this video for today's video. I'm gonna upload it as soon as I get done here and edit it and get it out there. I know I've been a little bit lax on videos lately. We have been really busy around here. I've spent most of my time outside lately trying to get gardens done and all the spring things that come. So we have been extremely busy with that, but I did want to hop on. I'm actually trying to get 3 videos filmed today. I have one done already, and then I'm doing this one, and then hopefully I'm going to go outside and do a third one yet today for next week. So let's jump into this video. Today we're going to do a little fiber talk here. And we're going to be talking about stable length on fibers. And we've talked about, what's a good stable length, what's a short stable length, what can you do with those. And we tend to think that short stable length fibers are going to be more difficult to spin. And I have a bat that I've been working on. I ordered it through Etsy from someone. It was the colors that I needed. I had a hat order come through and I needed specific colors, and I didn't have any fiber in that color, and I needed to get it done and get the hat shipped, which I'm still working on that part. But so I decided to order some fiber through Etsy, and I'm not going to mention who it was that I ordered this through, only because I wasn't overly happy with the fiber. I did not enjoy spinning this, which is really unusual for me. I've had a few fibers here and there in my life that I'm trying to remember if it was Targhee fiber. I had some raw, and it was just awful to spin, awful to deal with. But for the most part, I love working with fibers and different fibers. I did not enjoy the spin at all, and we're going to talk about why. And it was not because it was a short stable length. It was actually because of the length of the fibers that were in the bat made it extremely difficult to spin. Let me show you. I have some left here. So this is the bat I'm talking about, and it's beautiful. She had it listed as black and red, and it's not. The black comes through, and I think you can see it. It comes through more as a purple. It's got a very purple tone to it. The yarn that I made did turn out beautiful. This is what it ended up looking like. So I took black merino, one strand of black merino, and then the other strand was this. And this is a merino silk 70-30 blend. All that means is it's 70% merino, 30% silk. And it's beautiful, it's lovely, but I have never had, oops, I got different fibers stuck in there. I have never had such long, excuse me, silk fibers to spin. So what started happening was I had a tickle in my throat. I've been out grooming rabbits and cleaning barn today, so that's probably why. What I ran into, and I did bring my wheel up, so I might turn you around and show you what I ran into with spinning this, but you can see the merino and you can see the silk. And what happened was with the silk is that as I was drafting this, and you all know drafting is like one of the major important things in your spinning. Drafting is key. This is the stable length of those, and some of them were even longer. And when I'm trying to draft this, it did not draft. It is just a solid. And I've never ordered silk to put into my bats. So I don't know if all silk comes this long. This is what I started getting into, was I'd get to the silk part, and then I would start pulling, and it would get caught up into the bat, and I could not draft it. I had such a hard time drafting this. So some of these pieces run through here. Let's see. And they're like this. This is a piece of the silk. And it gets caught up in here, and it makes this really difficult. And then I start pulling, and you can see it's pulling all the way from down in here. So somewhere in there is the end of this. And this is what I was having happen, is that this silk piece is really, really long. And so when you've got staple lengths that are, this is 2.5, 3 feet long, and it's pretty strong. It's like one glob of it. It made it super hard to spin. So I'm going to flip you around and show you what I was running into. Okay, guys, I have got this started, and I'm already at one of those points, and it is not tight. It's not spun, and I am pulling, and it takes everything I've got to get this separated out. And I can get it, but it takes so much effort to do that. It makes spinning not enjoyable. Here again, we've got one of these big pieces here, and it's going to go through. Oops, I'm trying to get this in the right angle for you. It's going to go all the way back into my hand here, and you can see it wants to just come out in this long, and I can keep pulling it. That's a staple length right there. And so it just isn't, it has not been an enjoyable spin at all. So I wanted to show you that if you're making bats or anything like that, make sure, and again, I've never ordered just silk to put into my spinning or into any of my fibers or bats or anything like that. So I'm not quite sure how it comes, if it comes in these long lengths, or if sorry, Scott's got the dogs out front. One of our dogs isn't doing well today, so he's got her out front trying to get her to go to the bathroom. Poor thing. So yeah, I would much rather deal with a shorter staple length than these super long staple lengths that I cannot get to draft out. And sometimes they did, like that one right there is okay, but it still ends up being this long piece, and you can see it right there, and it's going to be all the way back into here. So let me pause this and flip you back around. Okay, so that was what I wanted to talk to you about today. Be careful how you're putting your bats together and your fiber together. Again, I would much rather spin a shorter staple length than to have to fight. And I ended up making kind of a mess, not this section so much, but that when I was working through this, I ended up having, when I was pulling out, trying to get through the silk part of it, and I had gotten it caught up in the merino, and I was having this bunching back here, and then I had to pull all that apart. So I am gonna finish this back because it is beautiful, but I just did not enjoy the spin on it. So I wanted to talk about that a little bit. Also on this is a Spinolution wheel. I wanted to just, I guess, shout out about the wheels because I get questions about them all the time, and I think people think that you can like go somewhere and see Spinolution wheels like at a shop or whatever. Now some places do have that. I had somebody email me a couple weeks ago asking if I had one in stock, and I said I did not. Because I'm a dealer for Spinolution wheels. I said I didn't have one in stock, but the shipping on them right now is 4 to 6 weeks, and that's pretty basic for all of the wheels. And she said, oh, I just wanted to come to the shop and pick one up. And I said, well, I don't have a shop per se. This is my house, but, you know, I'm the only dealer, I think right now I'm the only dealer that's active in Michigan. So if you're in Michigan, you wouldn't be able to go to a shop and just pick up a spinning wheel. They all get ordered. Now, there are some shops in the United States that are brick and mortar shops that do have the Spinolution wheels on site. And you can go to the shop and do that. But not all of us are like that. Some of us are just dealers out of our homes, and that's where our small business is. So if you are interested in a wheel and have any questions, please let me know. I would love to help you answer those. And if you are wanting to order a wheel, now is a great time to do that. And I do have, if you are in Michigan and wanted to try the wheels out, I could do that for you. You could come to my home and you could try out. I have 3 of them. I have the Monarch, the Echo, and the Polywog, which is kind of a pretty good range of what they have in regards to their wheels. And so you would be able to get a feel of what the wheels are all going to feel like and how they are set up and things like that. So if you have any more questions about the wheels, please let me know. I'd be glad to answer those. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it made sense when we're talking about staple length and not going too long or too short. Make sure that it's going to be something that is easy, not easy to spin, but something that's comfortable and relaxing to spin, where you're not constantly fighting for that bat to come out of your hands. So I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend, and I hope you get to create something this weekend. Bye.